Did you know that a relaxed brain learns English much faster than a stressed one? Hmm. Today, you'll learn how to speak naturally using simple small talk. Tap that like button if you're ready. Here we go.
Hey Liam, is it possible to improve my English as relaxing as a lazy Sunday morning?
It absolutely can, Emma, because learning English becomes much easier when your brain feels relaxed instead of stressed and pressured.
So, what kind of English do native speakers actually use during small talk?
Most conversations use short reactions, emotional expressions, and predictable topics.
What kind of predictable topics?
People usually talk about weather, food, relaxing plans, hobbies, work, and daily routines.
Wow, that sounds simpler than I imagined. Why do relaxed conversations help learning?
The brain learns language more naturally when anxiety is low and repetition feels safe.
Interesting. So, comfort actually improves learning.
Without a doubt, because stressed brains memorize less and hesitate more.
Wow, that explains why I forget words during conversations.
You see, anxiety interrupts natural recall.
What kind of small talks sound natural?
Phrases like, "How's your day going?" and "I'm just relaxing today," and "That sounds nice," sound very natural in small talk.
Interesting. Those expressions seem easy to remember.
They really are, because they are emotional and repetitive.
Why does repetition matter so much?
Repetition teaches your brain to recognize patterns automatically.
So, fluent speakers are not inventing every sentence from zero.
Not at all, because fluent speakers recycle familiar patterns constantly.
Wow, that actually makes me feel less intimidated.
Yeah, English feels much easier when you stop trying to sound perfect all the time.
What other kinds of small talk can I use on Sundays?
You can say, "I'm taking it easy today," or "I just want a quiet Sunday," or "I've been watching movies all morning."
Wow, those sound really comfortable and natural.
Yeah, that is how most casual conversations actually sound.
What if I want to continue the conversation naturally?
You can ask simple questions like, "What about you?" or "How's your Sunday going?"
Interesting. That feels much easier than trying to create long sentences.
Yeah, people usually just want to enjoy the conversation, not hear something perfect.
Why do cozy conversations feel easier to understand?
Calm conversations reduce pressure and give your brain more processing time.
Interesting. So atmosphere changes comprehension too?
Absolutely, because emotional comfort affects listening ability.
Wow, I never realized that before.
True.
Why do learners stop speaking when they know basic English?
Many people fear sounding wrong instead of focusing on staying connected.
So communication matters more than accuracy sometimes?
During small talk, connection is usually more important than perfection.
What is a natural way to continue conversations without panic?
Use simple follow-up reactions, like, "Really? That's interesting," or "How was that?"
Wow! Those questions seem very easy to use.
That is why they are powerful.
Why do native speakers repeat the same phrases so often?
Repetition creates conversational rhythm and emotional familiarity.
Wow! That changes the way I see fluency completely.
You see? Fluency is not about endless vocabulary.
Then what is fluency really about?
Fluency is about reacting comfortably and keeping conversations alive.
What kind of practice works best for natural speaking?
Listening to relaxing conversations, like our videos, helps your brain absorb natural English rhythms unconsciously.
Wow. So passive listening can actually help.
Yes, because repeated exposure builds familiarity automatically.
What should learners do when they forget words during conversations?
Keep the conversation moving with simple reactions instead of panicking.
Can you give me an example?
Instead of freezing, you can say, "Give me a second," or "I forgot the word."
Wow, that sounds much more human.
Naturally, because real conversations are imperfect.
So, what I really understand now is that progress is supposed to feel slow sometimes. Kind of like a lazy Sunday, right?
Absolutely. Real fluency grows quietly through small and consistent moments, not overnight.
Wow, that actually motivates me.
Great! Because fluency is built one comfortable conversation at a time.
How can someone practice small talk alone at home?
You can answer simple daily questions out loud while imagining real situations.
What kind of questions work best?
Questions about your day, your mood, your plans, and your favorite relaxing activities work very well.
Interesting. That feels easy enough to start today. Can you give me some examples?
Sure. You can say things like, "I'm just relaxing today," or "I'm having a slow morning," or "I'm watching movies and drinking coffee."
Why do difficult study routines fail so often?
Many routines feel emotionally exhausting and impossible to maintain long-term.
Wow, that explains why people quit after a few weeks.
Exactly, because motivation decreases when learning feels stressful.
So, relaxed English practice is actually smarter.
Absolutely, because relaxed brains absorb language more naturally.
What should learners do if they feel embarrassed speaking English?
Remember that communication is more important than sounding perfect.
Interesting. But how can someone become less afraid of mistakes?
By understanding that mistakes are part of natural communication, even for native speakers.
Why do some conversations suddenly feel smooth and easy?
Your brain starts recognizing familiar chunks automatically, without conscious effort.
So that is the breakthrough moment learners talk about?
Yes, because suddenly, English starts feeling predictable instead of chaotic.
Wow, that sounds amazing, actually.
And it happens faster when practice feels emotionally comfortable.
What are some small talks people can use every day?
Small talks like, "Pretty good," "Not bad," "Honestly, same," and "That sounds fun," work everywhere.
Interesting. Those expressions seem incredibly useful.
They are useful because they appear constantly in real conversations.
Can small talk also help professional communication?
Definitely. Because comfortable conversation skills improve networking and workplace confidence.
Interesting. So, small talk is useful in business too?
Definitely. Phrases like, "How's your day going?" "Busy morning?" and "How was your weekend?" are very useful in business conversations.
Wow, very useful. I never realized small talk had that much value.
Most confident communicators know how to create comfort first.
Why do learners think natural English sounds too simple sometimes?
They underestimate how repetitive and emotional real spoken English actually is.
Interesting. So, simplicity is part of fluency?
Simplicity often creates clearer and more confident communication.
Wow, that really removes a lot of pressure from learning.
That is why relaxed practice creates better long-term results.
What is one important thing learners should remember during conversations?
Keep the conversation moving, even if your English is imperfect.
Why is keeping the flow so important?
Because communication depends more on connection and rhythm than flawless grammar.
Can we do a mini small talk challenge for today?
Of course. Try answering these questions in English in your mind.
What questions should they answer?
Ask yourself, how's your Sunday going? What helps you relax? And coffee or tea on Sundays?
Interesting. That actually sounds fun and relaxing.
If you can answer those questions without hesitation, you can consider yourself a confident English speaker, even on lazy Sundays.
And what is the biggest mindset change learners need?
Stop trying to sound impressive and start trying to sound comfortable.
Wow, that feels important. What final advice would you give someone afraid of speaking English?
Be patient with yourself and focus on small, comfortable conversations every day.
And if you like our content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more relaxing English conversations.
Before you leave, try this little challenge in the comments. Describe your lazy Sunday using only simple small talk. We really want to read them.
I have one last question. Is it possible to have English immersion with only a few minutes a day?
Of course it is. Do you want to find out how? Click on the next video on your screen, and see you there.
Bye.